watching and listening to Mohawk Bud Talk, now available on Spotify. Make sure you head over to tworocoffeeco.ca, grab yourself some coffee, be supporting all of our programs, Incredible Mohawk Entertainment. Make sure you also follow Choice Edibles on Instagram at Choice Edibles.
Definitely.
You can find all of their stuff. Tyendinaga,
Kanehsatake,
Pikwaknagan, and Tyendinaga, of course. Make sure you subscribe to Mohawk Bud Talk on YouTube. Every 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving some stuff away. Got a 10-ounce bag of coffee from Two Row Coffee Company. We got some edibles from Choice Edibles. We got a Landback shirt from Incredible Mohawk Entertainment. And, you know, one of our choices of bud from Bud Talk. So, hook yourself up. You know, become a member. That's the only way you're going to find out. By becoming a member on IncredibleMohawk.com. Just go to the bottom of the page, fill in your name, fill in the email, hit subscribe. It's easy as that, and that's how you're going to find out who wins. So make sure you head on over there and check it out. We got all the good stuff. So tonight we got some pretty good stuff. A special one, hey?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's I like to pick these strains and I like to showcase some of the strains that we haven't really done before. And not just that, but as well as they have a new remedy or cure, not a cure, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Helps with the something that you're going through is tonight we have a Grand Hindu. It's called. It is 100% indica with a 20% THC content. Now, this one is different in the way that, unlike the other strains, where it focuses more on, with the indicas, on like sleep deprivation and things of that nature, this one actually is more focused on Alzheimer's. As well as this one also helps with glaucoma and headaches and migraines, as well as muscle spasms. So really this one's completely different than the ones that we're used to smoking.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention though too was 2 nights ago when we had the, I believe it was the Super Gas.
Super gas. That was, 2 nights ago.
That was the 100%.
Yeah.
But it was only 16 to 17% THC.
Right.
Last night we smoked the black...
No.
King's Kush, sorry.
King's Kush we had last night, yeah.
We had the King's Kush last night, which was a 90-10, but that was 25 to 27% THC level.
Yeah, so it was much higher.
It was much higher
than the Super Gas.
Than the Super Gas. And this one tonight is 100%, but it definitely has a way higher THC content at 20%. So
right.
I think this one, definitely if you're looking to sleep or help with any head ailments, that this one would be the strain for you, because it hits you hard, it's heavy, and it's pure.
Right, perfect. So for all of our listeners that are just catching up for this week, Super Gas is what we had on Monday. Monday night, it was, when we were kind of looking at it, we were looking at it like, okay, what are we going to use this for, right?
Yeah.
And so we had to smoke it to actually figure out, okay, what is it going to pinpoint? Where is it going to actually work? Because like all these apps and all these different things can tell you all this stuff, but actually trying it and having somebody tell you helps a lot more.
Yeah.
So when we smoked that, we were like, okay, yeah, this is definitely for like your sleep stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when we were getting into it, like it gave us that relaxed feeling and all that kind of stuff, and it tasted great.
It did. It tasted very fantastic. That was the citrus one. That grapefruit and pine.
Right, and it was heavy. It was 100% indica, but it was also only the 90% THC level in it, right?
No, that was the Super Gas was the pure. That was the 16 to 17% THC. The King's Kush was the 25 to 27.
Oh, right, yeah, that's why we were like, okay, what are we going to use this for? Because it was lower THC, but it was a high... it was a full strain.
Yeah, pure strain.
Pure strain. So we were like, okay, well, that's why we had to actually smoke it to figure it out. Whereas the next night, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew exactly what was going to happen. And it hit it.
Yeah.
It hit us like how it said exactly on the app that we use.
Yeah, and then that Super Gas, when you smoked, like when you talked about it, you explained that it was an OG strain. And then
No, King's Kush.
oh no, King's Kush. Sorry, yeah. And then after I smoked it, I was like, yeah, that's definitely. It takes you back. It was a flashback. It was a flashback.
No, you're right. It was the Super Gas was the OG strain. You're right. What am I saying? I'm sorry.
It was the flashback, bud, man. Like, because it was like, it took you back to like one of those first times where you're sitting there smoking, because it gave you that same kind of high.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, it hit you, and then, I don't know if you see in the opening portion of that, like if you watch it on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify, head over to YouTube on Mohawk Bud Talk and check it out there, because after I take a hit of it, you can see it in the opening credits. I kind of lean forward a little bit, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I did like the flavor of the Super Gas slightly more than the King's Kush that we had last night, because the King's Kush had the grape and pepper flavor to it.
Yeah, I didn't care for the peppery.
I like the grape, but the pepper kind of threw it off a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of like the mystery flavor.
a little bit. That's why I like the flavor of that. But the effect now of the King's Kush over the Super Gas was a lot heavier, and you could definitely feel that more. And that's what we noticed too. Even though it was 10% sativa and 90% indica, that the high was definitely way more than the Super Gas 100% indica.
Yeah.
Now this one here, the
Hindu.
Grand Hindu with 100% indica and 20% THC, I'm definitely feeling that effects of the King's Kush.
Yeah.
That was heavier in this one a little bit more than the Super Gas, which is, I think, very cool, because it almost makes me feel like we would have smoked some of this Grand Hindu back in the day as well.
Most likely. And like you'd mentioned before, it's good for chronic pain. You gotta get that hydrochronic for your chronic pain. Snoop Dogg say.
Right?
How he literally just mispronounced the word because he was high. And then now we call it chronic. But for chronic pain, like I did feel that a little bit earlier in my hand, how I have that like hand pain, it's gone. Like it's like you just need that little bit before, like when you feel it coming on. It's like, you know, taking that medication. You know?
Totally.
And like even like the pain, I had a pain right here in my shoulder, like that's like loosened up a bit, like so one of those where like it really helps you relax, you know. And it's not like not like last night the King's Kush was like kind of making me tired, you know, but this one, it's not making me as tired, you know?
No, this one I was also looking is very good to help you keep energetic, which is also something that I read with the other pure hybrid as well, because remember we were saying with the Super Gas that was to help, I forget what ailment it was, but it was to help you keep working throughout the day, you know what I mean? If you had like, I was probably back pain or something along those lines. That's the same with this one. I was seeing that this helps keep you energized, as well as it gives you a creative effect as well, which I'm seeing that right offhand, smoking a few of these, we're definitely a lot more loose and creative, I guess you can say, with our show tonight.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because you know what? It's interesting that you say that, because I was in a store today earlier and I saw this magazine, just picked it up and looked at it, and there was this thing about Seth Rogen in there, and like how he does his own stuff and he like takes his growing seriously, like it was a whole farmer section,
right?
And it was talking about, he's like, he always has to smoke weed while he's writing. It makes him creative. I'm like, dude, yeah,
right,
it does. Like when you have the right strain, like that's why when you take your like strain seriously, when you know what you're talking about, you know what to use for the job that you're doing or for whatever you're doing,
just to help you.
Exactly. Like, so for me, for this, for like the stuff that we do, and like for you, and like everything that we do, this is like one of those you know, because it can help us chill. We can sit back. It doesn't make us tired, but it still has that body effect of the indica.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then there's a sativa still that's keeping your mind going. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. There's no sativa in it. This is a this is a pure brand. Speaking of Snoop Dogg and interesting facts, though, was reading along. You know, an interesting tidbit about marijuana is back in the day, prior to the internet becoming a huge thing, like how it
essential service.
Yeah, how it exploded. Basically, it exploded late to mid 90s, around there. Well, prior to that, for 40 years actually, prior to that, students from Stanford used a what do you call it? Like, I don't even know, a module, I guess you could say, called a prototype called what was it called? A Rapinet.
Yeah.
A Rapinet, and it was before the internet that they used, and they used this to get in touch with other students from MIT, and they were the first ones to order weed off the internet. The Rapinet was the internet back then, to get them shipped to Stanford.
That's beautiful.
Right? So, like, even... Yeah, I feel like us stoners are some of the cutting edge of creating inventions, right? Like, so, to a lot of the things you see, for instance, skip the dishes and all that. That has to be a stoner create. I think we were talking about that before too, right?
Somebody had to have been really high and been like, I wish I could just order food and somebody would bring it. Because I know I've thought that.
Right? And not just like any food from Joe Blow or whatever. Like, you wanted a McDonald's or KFC, and that's what you can get now.
Exactly. And it wasn't just like, oh, I have to order from the restaurant. It's like, oh, I can order from everywhere now.
I can order from everywhere now.
Yeah, so that was beautiful.
That was definitely a stoner invention. So that's what I mean. Even before the internet, we were ordering weed before the internet.
That's awesome, man.
Right?
Like, and then pagers. Like, your dealer had the pagers.
Right? Exactly. It's like they would page you like got flowers or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you knew you could call him up there or whatever, because you knew you had his number on speed dial for your flip phone or whatever.
From your flip phone. Remember that when you had to flip it open?
And then pull up the antenna and everything.
And you're all cool too, and you pull the antenna up, you're like, check this out.
Oh, no, you know what sucked though, speaking about the antenna.
When they broke.
When they broke or when they bent, that was the worst.
Then you just sit there and play with like it'd be fucking sitting out there like a fucking broken alien head.
Right, and then you'd have the worst reception and everything, right? And then you break it, and then the freaking going to get the antenna, crazy enough, was more expensive than the phone itself. So it's like you might as well just get a new phone, but like,
that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they got you. Even back then, they knew how to get you.
Man, they had every kind of phone coming out the wazoo, trying to try everything, and we bought them all, man.
And we bought them all. We're still doing it to this day.
Yeah, man. But like we were like there as cell phones developed. You know,
totally,
like we've been there for every single one along the way. Like I remember people like my aunt having the shoe phone in her car and stuff. Remember?
Yeah, man. Even prior to that, I remember I think we did for quite a bit, but definitely my grandma had the rotary phone.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, like, and like a lot of people didn't know how to work that, but even to me, like, it's still like I could do it as easy as having my phone today, just because you used it so much, though. Right?
And then it hung there on the wall or sat wherever, and then the cord was so long that you could take it anywhere in the house.
Almost. I remember my grandmother's basically just reached to the kitchen, and then like in the living room, because basically that's where they would go.
Ours could almost reach to the toilet.
Oh, that'd be sweet, really.
It would be. I think my grandma probably didn't allow it to reach to the toilet because
she knew.
It would have been used there.
Oh, definitely.
Because back in the day, there was a party line. My grandpa used to get on the party line and stuff like that. And you get all there on there and talking and stuff like that. You know what I mean.
Oh, and for our younger viewers, if you are unaware of what he just said by party line back in the day was when we all had landline phones.
Landline phones.
That's what I said, landline phones.
Oh, I said landmine phones.
No.
Like, dude, that's heavy.
So you had landline phones which connected directly to the telephone pole or telephone wire. That's why they also help with electricity. But anyway.
The operator.
But anyway, rotary phone was those big shoebox phones that you had to dial, and if you wanted 9, you'd go like put your finger in the 9 and you click it all the way up to the thing and pull it out and it clicked back, and once it clicked back, then you'd go whatever and you'd put the 7 numbers in. Mm-hmm. And this is even before the area code. You didn't have to dial the area code. It was just
it was just 7 numbers.
Yeah, it was just 7. Actually, it was 7 numbers, straight 7 numbers. You could still get the hold of the operator by going 0 right away.
Yeah.
But no, it was just straight 7 numbers. So party line was, because you would only have one line now, one phone line. But if you had other landline phones connected to that, you could hear the person's conversation if you got on thinking you could make a phone call. So people would pick up and listen to the person's conversation, creep in trying to be quiet.
Join.
And then, if they like the conversation, they join in, and then without being rude, if you were allowed, because if most of the time people
there was actual lines that you could call that were controlled by the operator. And then people would call them up, and then sometimes that's how they would have their conversations in Mohawk and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was crazy how you had to communicate back in the day. But basically, that's what that means. Party line is a bunch of people on the same phone line.
It's like a chat room, like an old school chat room where
More or
people
less.
actually talk to each other.
More or less pre-internet and pre-chat rooms, right?
Pre-ArapNet chat room.
Pre-ArapNet chat rooms. But yeah, so a little history tidbit for all our younger viewers out there. And that's hard for me to say that because I don't feel that old. And really, we're not that old, but...
We evolved with the cell phone.
Mm-hmm. With the advancement in technology.
What do I have? The iPhone 9000 now?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you want to talk about even taking pictures. Holy man, I remember my sister having a Polaroid picture camera. And it was literally a big fat thing that you could only maybe take 20 pictures. And once you took those 20 pictures and all the Polaroid flaps came out, that was it. You had to go get another roll, or...
Can you imagine how far ahead of the time we would be if they didn't, screw over Nikola Tesla and then let Thomas Edison take over all kinds of crap and steal all kinds of shit?
Makes you wonder, right?
Right.
Makes you wonder about a lot of things. So if
Right.
even if Einstein would have carried on and maybe finished a lot of his work,
Right.
because he was way far ahead of his time too.
You can't tell me that Einstein wasn't sitting there using his brain to friggin' with whatever's out there. You know what I mean?
Well, he was part of the Manhattan Project, yeah.
Right? So there's him and a bunch of guys and some aliens sitting there and just chilling and talking about blowing stuff up.
Yeah, right.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
The aliens probably gave him some kind of formula in order to make rockets to fly up, and that was the atom bomb, and then he just turned it into not him, but the...
What if the aliens were the essence ones that you were talking about, and they were there and essencing through them and giving them the info as they pass through, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Or did their thing with their heads, their telekinesis. Is it telekinesis moving stuff? Or telekinetic?
Telekinetic.
Okay. Getting all scientific up in this bitch.
Or is it telepathic?
Telepathic. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's tell us something, man.
Yeah, something like that. Telephone.
I was thinking that exact same thing. That's awesome.
But I'm pretty sure it's telepathic.
Telepathic.
Yeah.
Telepathic.
That's communicating between minds.
It is. And they're probably telekinetic, too. We just had this discussion last night, too. The poltergeist alien fiasco. Is it a fiasco? It could very well be a fiasco.
I don't know. We might have just made that up, but it could be a thing.
It could be a thing.
You know what? Because we thought of it. It's definitely in different multi-universe, right?
It is. Now it's out there.
Now it's out there. Now it's a thing.
Now it's a thing. Now they're going to have to make a Rick and Morty episode like that because, they have to.
Man, we've been getting pretty far out here the last few nights.
I know. I think it's a heavy indica week, man. This indica stuff really brings out the, third eye.
Really does. The deep.
Oh my god. Fuck. Shout out to YouTube.
Shout out YouTube. And I'm still waiting on my shirt, YouTube. I don't know where that is. Like,
Exactly.
still waiting. But, yeah. And also, shout out Tommy Chong.
That's right. Shout out Tommy Chong and shout out to the Akwesasne Mohawk Singers. That's who we got playing in the background here. And, you know, they're pretty dope. And, you know, funny story, actually, about that is back in the day, I went there with, like, we went to Akwesasne, me and a couple other guys, and we stayed there for about a week. And we went to learn just a bunch of different things.
Right.
And so we went up to the Longhouse, and we were learning a bunch of different songs and stuff like that, and like women's dance, like just different social songs. And one guy, he just starts laughing all of a sudden, just like just cute, like, you know, like that old Indian laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we're like, what's going on? And he's like, you know, we actually came up to Tyendinaga to learn these songs years ago, and we learned them there. And now you guys are here relearning the same songs that you taught us. And I'm like, wow, that's sad.
That's heavy.
I know. So.
But it's like nice that kind of stayed full circle, though.
Oh yeah, it is. So we got them. They're all preserved. That's
Yeah,
for sure. So we know
the
them.
preservation of it is still there. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's good though. So that was funny though. Like, 'cause I was like, that is fun. Like looking back, it was hilarious. But now it was like, oh shit, that was sad. You know.
The irony of it, right?
Yeah, right. Like, so it's like, okay, we gotta keep that. So it's good to have it going every so often, listening to it in the background when you're doing something.
Oh, it gets me going every day. Actually, that's why I said I wanted to listen to that.
Yeah.
And not just that, but I was saying to you as well, I feel the social songs are, and I don't mean to sound mean about it or anything, it's just how I feel. They're more inviting than some of the actual powwow songs.
It's because they're ours, man.
Yeah. Well, they're all ours.
Yeah, well, they're ours culturally. You know, all those social songs and all those different water drum songs, they're ours as Kanehsatake, like as Mohawk people and as Haudenosaunee people. That's our music.
Oh, like that's our
That's
music.
our music. Where that powwow music and stuff like that
Is
that's
more generic?
No, that's their music. You know, that's their music and stuff culturally. So like when we hear it, it's like, yeah, that's good, that's fun, that's this and that, but it's not as inviting to us because to us the water drum music is like home.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
It's not just that, but I feel like powwow music is a lot of other nations' music as
Yeah.
well, too, right? Because it is.
yeah.
Because
they have all those big drums going all the way out that way.
yeah, and more south too, right? There's more of the
The hand drums. And
those
I like
air
those,
drums.
I like those big hand drums that the Inuit people have. Like
Yeah.
Those great big ones. Remember
Yeah.
we were at a conference one time?
In Ottawa.
Yeah. When the person poured the coffee into the bowl, oh my god, I didn't even know what to do.
Right?
But yeah, they have all that kind of cool stuff. So, but we do have the big water drum. I think that's the biggest drum that we have, but it's still a water drum. We use it for Ogiwe, right? So we have a big drum, but it's still a water drum.
Right. And then turtle rattles.
Turtle rattles, yes.
Like
Yeah.
those are ours.
Yeah.
But we got those gifts from our Sky ancestors, right?
They gave their being. See, that's the other thing. See, being in essence comes into play in everything. So, yeah.
Along with stories, right? And I feel that the stories are not just stories, but they almost tell and paint a picture of our history, if you will, like our actual factual history through the view of, say, the Sky Lady. Like that's how a creation story, for instance.
The author Thomas King once said, "The truth about stories is that's all we are."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Like there's got to be some truth to a lot of the stories, like our stories. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, when we go back down to the woman falling from the sky onto the back of the turtle, right? It took what 500 years for them to tell us, "Oh yeah, the North America is shaped like a turtle." We're like, "Yeah, we said this for hundreds of years." You know what I mean? Like, So it's crazy, like just the amount of crap that. Oh,
But we're not gonna go there.
no.
We're not gonna go there. I'm just saying
No, but
like
it's
how
crazy.
the stories. There's got to be some truth to it. Like, and that's what I mean. It gives you some sort of view of how life was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pre 1492, if you will. Well, even pre 1400s,
Yeah.
if you will. Like,
Actually, there's a good book. It's called 1491. I actually have it here.
I feel like I haven't read it, but I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen it before. Yeah.
It's a pretty good one, and yeah, I've got all kinds of good books here. So yeah, follow Credible Mohawk. I'll post them all up on there. But make sure you follow us on Mohawk Bud Talk on Instagram. Make sure you follow or subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You know, listen to us on Spotify. You know, when you get a chance, if you miss an episode or if you're out on the go, you just flick it on and listen up. So yeah, we always got some good tunes, some indigenous hip hop going up on there. I think we had some Up in Smoke. Shout out Tommy Chung.
Shout out Chong Chong.
Up in Smoke.
Waiting to still chill and smoke with you, good sir. I want a session with you so bad. But you know what I am most looking forward to is hopefully we can soon clear this COVID.
Yeah.
And then have our annual on like the reserve and everything. That big what's it called, 420 event or whatever it is there.
Oh, the big thing.
Yeah,
The cup, the cannabis
cup.
cup. Yeah.
Have cannabis cup. Because
we're
that
definitely going for that. If the COVID's all cleared up, we're definitely going to be there, and we're definitely going to be trying shit out.
yeah, we'll definitely be at the cannabis cup if it's this year and it's all cleared up, and hopefully we can get Tommy Chong to come and visit that one of these times.
And give you a guided tour of all of our dispensaries, and then hit up the cannabis cup right after. It'll be dope. It'll be dope.
Like, there's so much going on that whole weekend when the cannabis cup's going on around here, right?
Yeah, man. So hit it up. Make sure you, you know, just do it.
Just do it. But also shout out to North End Dispensary for hooking us up this whole week with all these delicious strains of marijuana.
That was accurate. Delicious is accurate.
Yeah, right?
That is 100% accurate. They're really good.
And yeah, they're awesome there. They have a wide range of all bud. Like anything that you feel you need that will help remedy your ailments.
That's right.
You can go there and they will help you.
And if you don't smoke, you can always eat it.
Absolutely.
You can follow Choice Edibles on Instagram.
Choice.
See what they have. They have all kinds of stuff. I'm excited for the drinks. The drinks are
So
great.
excited for those drinks.
They got the mixed gummies. You can, you know, check it out what they have there. And if you're in the area of Tyendinaga, Akwesasne, Kanehsatake, and Pikwaknagan, and then you can check it out, pick it up there. So.
And
yeah.
you know what I just had there the other day from Choice Edibles was one of their chocolate s'more bars.
That sounds so good.
Right? They're dope.
Yeah.
They're dope. They're definitely dope.
Man, I gotta try one of them.
Oh yeah, they have both sativa and indica ones. So really good. Real good.
Beauty.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Choice Edibles. They have both indica and sativa, whatever kind of gummies you want. It's perfect.
And they have CBD. They have pure CBD things, and they have 1-in-1 as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so make sure you head over there, follow them, pick it up in all those dispensaries around the area, and then, you know, head over to, well, you know, you're on the internet anyways, go over to 2 Row Coffee Co., order yourself some coffee.
Get your lamb back bowl.
Get your lamb back bowl. Get your Eastern Door Mild. That's a good one, Eastern Door Mild. I like that in the morning.
Totally, but I'm a bold guy, so lamb back bold all day and night for me.
Yeah, and then if you're not into mild and if you're not into bold, you can always pick up the 7 Oaks. That's our medium blend.
Medium 7 Oaks, also very good.
That's right, and then all the proceeds go to helping us give you the best quality programming that we can. So, shout out to all you. Thank you to all of our listeners and followers and watchers and
Thank
all this
you.
and that. Thank
Yeah,
you to our sponsors, and you know, all have yourself an excellent night.
Thank you very much.